Tsukuba Circuit, located in Japan, was built in 1970, is known for hosting sports car, open wheel, and motorcycle races, and most notably time attack competitions. There are two main configurations, Course 1000 and Course 2000, with multiple variations of both. This makes the track a perfect fit for iRacing base package as it can use in multiple series without becoming repetitive. And tonight, the heroes of the Spark mini stock series heads there here on Overdrive Automotive Media YouTube channel. My name is Cam Gillens. It's been a minute since I've gone single loner here in commentary, so I might have to get my bearings back a little bit, but I'm very stoked to bring you guys along for the ride as we're taking our first road course of the season. Everyone was pretty much stoked on what was going to happen when we were talking about doing this. It was supposed to be last week, and with Father's Day, we decided to take it back a week. So we are here this week. Everyone's ready to go and happy to be here. So it looks like we're about ready to get on to qualifying. Let's head out to see if we got any takers so far. As we pick up coverage, follow along with the 35, Jacob Nickerson. He's on the... And oh, as he overcooks the corner! Oh, man. So I know during practice he was pretty happy where his times were. He said... I think he's keeping his brake points pretty steady then, but he said he thinks he'll be in good shape. So, tonight's actual schedule is a little bit different than normal, as you can tell. I'm on a little bit early, but it's like we're going into a one-lap heater, and then after everyone's done, then we'll do a 5-lap warm-up to get everyone's jitters out as we get hit for the long run around this road course. I can see as Jacob here is coming down into the front stretch. He's just very gingerly coming around those corners. Let's see if his lap time get recorded. I don't know if it got recorded, as it looks like a 52 of Johnny Rapp is on professional pole with a 104.67 as of right now. We're on board with the 60 of Steve S as he's coming down for his cool down. Now we're on board with the 13 of Jake Mockey, which is usually up in the booth with me, but tonight he decided to dust off the boots and the gloves to try to see what he could do, still run with these guys after being last season's champ. So, as he's a provisional third right now, 105.41. So I'll go on board with the 420 of Will Jennings. So it looks like the first couple is going to be really close, but as is the case in a lot, even in the officials, there's going to be probably some groups here when it comes down to it. Quite a bit spread out. Ooh, as Will blocks up the brakes a little bit coming into that last corner. Oh, as he gets a little sideways and drift coming out of the corner. As he goes up to provisional number 4 at a 105.79. As it looks like we'll see if the remaining cars in the server decides to take a time, and it looks like Jacob might have to start from the back after misfortune during his lap. Let's see if we've got a couple others that might take it time. While we're waiting to see what happens, we'll go on and go through the points after the last week. So it looks like after missing one race, the 52 of Johnny Rapp comes back and he goes back up to the top, followed by Jacob Phillips in second, which doesn't look like he's here tonight, so that will probably he'll drop down a few spots. And Jacob Nickerson in third, Paul Thomas in fourth, Paul Hahn in fifth, Will Jennings that we just saw on board with in sixth, followed by Steve S in seventh, Larry Pauling in eighth, Devin Jack in ninth, Rob Liedel in 10th, Dave Grajewski in 11th, Dylan Liedel in 12th, Christian Blackwell in 13th, John Ellis in 14th, Justin Wilson in 15th, Ryan Phillips in 16th, Patrick O'Toole in 17th, Sean Mulholland in 18th, James Barker in 19th, Tom Lickard in 20th, and then fall out everyone so far in standings is Nathan Gentry. All right, looks like we got a few more minutes to see if we'll take some takers to take their lap. I have a feeling we're going to see some wait till the very end, or we might actually see some people just kind of wait it out and start from the back. While we wait, we'll go along we'll take a look at upcoming schedule. Like I said, there's going to be a little jumble since we were off. So everything might have just shifted down. So it looks like we got Limaland, Hickory, and then Lernerville, Lanier, and South Boston, which me and Jake went through last week, but we're very excited for what's upcoming for the rest of the season. So be interesting. So we might have to get him on board a little bit later. But it's like we might also do kind of. We'll have to figure out our coverage when it comes to Limaland and Lernerville, because we're both excited for the dirt tracking. So as we're still waiting for. Looks like we still got about a couple more minutes before everyone gets the jitters out with the warm up. So we'll go through the standings so far. So like I said, the 52 of Johnny Rapp's got the provisional pole, followed by the 58 of Justin Wilson in second, the 13 of Jay Mockey in third, the 420 of Will Jennings in fourth, the 60 is Steve Vest in fifth, the 42 of Paul Thomas in sixth, the 69 of Larry Pauling in seventh, and it looks like go ahead and we'll just go straight into the warm-up now. As we're about to get cars back on track. These windy corners is going to create havoc on some of our drivers if they don't get their braking points quite right. Oh, looks like we got one already spinning around.
Cam Gillen's in the Overdrive Automotive Media booth. You got a copy.
What's up, Johnny?
I don't know what your timing is looking like, but we may end up advancing this warm-up session as well. Yeah, just let us know if that's something that's going to work for you.
Well, we're already live, so it's gonna. You guys got the call now. I was along for the ride now, so.
All right, so yeah, we'll give it probably a minute, and then we're going to advance it. So
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, sir.
right on, man. We appreciate you.
All right. That was 52 Johnny Rapp coming as a surprise on board. So you heard it from him. It's like we're gonna get these fellas off and running a little bit early tonight. As we're on board the 420 here. Woo. As we might be having a little technical difficulties with our ticker tonight too. So we're gonna see how that goes. I'll have to go give y'all pretty much the heads up as we go, if that's the case. But all right, looks like we're about to get on with it. As we're all right. So like I said, as everyone gets point up, we'll go ahead and again go through our qualifying results. So like I said, 52 of Johnny Rapp on pole, followed by 50 of Justin Wilson in second, 13 of Jake Mockey in third, 420 of Will Jennings in fourth, 60 of Steve S at fifth, the 42 of Paul Thomas in sixth, the 69 of Larry Paulin in seventh, 35 of Jacob Nickerson in eighth, 24 of Christian Blackwell in ninth, the 18 and Nathan Gentry in 10th, and then rounding out our field is the 47 of John Ellis. Alright, looks like we got the ticker back, so that's gonna be good as we're about to go green on us. And we are green. Looks like the 58 of Justin Wilson gets strung out as we go 3 wide for second. 13 of Jake Mockey take it inside, see if he trying to get under 52 of Johnny Rapp and the 420 of Will Jennings. Not quite. He has to settle back in third. It looks like the 52 of Johnny Rapp is trying to get around Wilson here. Ooh, as he gets a little loose coming out of the corner. Looks like we're all getting strung out back here. Ooh. Jake Mockey's trying to get inside. Oh, as him and Rapp touch going into the corner. That's going to open up the door for Will Jennings there. Oh, as he gets squirrely coming out of the corner. Looks like Jake there locks it up. Oh, as he gets a little squirrely in the center of the corner. As Justin is just starting to already pull away from these guys. As they're already getting single file out. We go back and 60 of Steve S right there behind us. Looks like 18 and Nate Gentry got it all the way up to 6. So we're going back up front. These are strung out as Maki settling in here in second. Oh, as he blinked. We'll go back there about after Nathan Gentry there in 6. Got Paul Thomas behind him. Followed by the 24 Christian Blackwell. I'm not sure what happened to Jacob there at the start, but it looks like he had some problems, so he's kind of selling in the back. As we go back up front, Justin's really starting to pull away from him now. This is like Maki and Rap here is still battling out here for second. Oh, as Rap tries to get inside of Maki. Trying to get some momentum. He's trying to create a different line to go into the center as we have spinner of 47 John Ellis. Oh, we're getting squirrely. As both Will and Steve are just kind of laying back to see if something happens between Maki and Rap. Oh, looks like we got some tussling back here behind Gentry here. Between Paul Thomas and Christian Blackwell. We're going to go back up front. Keep an eye on this battle right here. Looks like we're all getting stretched out now. We're on board with the 52 Johnny Rapp as we're going into the corners. Ooh, as Maki gets a little tail happy. I see him shifting here. Ooh, as we get a little lockup going into the corner. Ooh, looks like Maki kind of struggled right there. That battle is they're trying to not let Justin get away too much. As already 5 laps down. 20 to go. We're all on board with Jake here. Now we're on board with Johnny. Looks like they're starting to create a little space between him and Maki now. See if they can start wheeling in Justin. It looks like the interval is about the same between all three of them right now. As Will Jenkins is still holding true in fourth. Steve S in fifth. Gentry. Followed by Paul Thomas in seventh. Looks like Jacob Nickerson got around Christian Blackwell. Oh, looks like, again, Ellis has a little bit of problems. As the three leaders are right back together. Oh, looks like Justin overcooked it a little bit. That's going to open the door for Maki. Oh, as they touch. So Rap's trying to get on the outside. Oh, let's into this corner. That's going to bring him. As they're coming up on lap traffic. And see if they can sort this before they get to the 69 Larry Pollock. We're on board again with Maki. Oh, again, Wilson locked her up. Ooh, as Maki gets the bumper and Rap can't hit the bumper. As Larry just lets him by. Well, I'm back on board with Johnny here. That corner coming into the front stretch is getting really argy-bargy now. Johnny's trying to create some momentum, trying an alternative line to get some momentum coming out of this corner and set him up for the next corner. Looks like Wilson. Looks like he's got his braking problems a little bit sorted. As it coming up on more lap traffic to Christian Blackwell. As we got there in the back. Will Jennings getting past Larry Pauling, Steve Essen behind him. Looks like Gentry's starting to wheel a little back in. And it looks like 35 and Nickerson's caught the 42 of Paul Thomas. And we get back up to the leaders. Looks like Maki's starting to post another charge on him. Oh, I don't know if Christian just kind of pulled over and let these leaders go right there. Oh, again, he overcooks that corner. That corner's been giving them struggles pretty much all race long. It's created very, very interesting and get these other second and third place with Maki. Oh, and it's starting to get a little bit more physical now as Maki gets around him. Oh. Oh, Wilson's just over driving it now. As Maki takes the point. Whoa! And Wilson just straight off into the barrier. That was not good. Everyone, looks like everyone's starting to have problems. That's not good. So now that just creates space for these front two between Maki and Rap. Let's pick up this with 420 of Will Jennings. See if that's... Looks like he's spread out between him and Vest a little bit more than it was last time we checked. And Nathan Gentry up in fifth. Let's check this battle between Paul and Jacob here. We're on board with Jacob as he's trying to reel in Paul here. Ooh, everyone's struggling with tires right now. Tires and brakes because we're coming to 20 with 12 laps to go. So we hit halfway. Here, Jacob there, downshifted quite a bit. He's just trying to get the run coming up to Paul here. Alright, we'll go back up here at the front to see if this battle looks like starting to heat back up again. Going to 11 laps to go. Ooh, it's like Jake overcooked it a little bit there. Go back on board with Johnny. Looks like we're starting to get a little bit more shade on the track now, so maybe that will help these drivers with the tires a little bit. Alright, we're gonna go back check this battle between Paul Thomas and Jacob Nickerson here. Jacob is trying everything he can to get around him. We're going to go back on board with him. Ooh! You see how troublesome this is really starting to get these drivers. Oof. These guys are just gonna have to like settle in. Make sure they do not overcook it. It looks like the 420 had some problems. Go back on board these guys. If some of these drivers is having a whale of a time, we're gonna go back up front. Those are coming 9 to go to the line. Looks like Jake is starting to really pull away from him now. Now we're gonna go back and take a gander at that Paul Thomas and Jacob Nickerson fight once more. Ooh! Looked like Paul had a little bit of troubles there and caused Jacob to lock him up. Oh, is he having some more troubles coming out of the corner? Let's see if Jacob can set him up, maybe do a crossover coming down the next corner. No, he just override takes it going into the corner. Oh, as he locks it up a little bit. As he's trying to block him out now. As everyone is struggling. Alright, we'll go back up front. Looks like that battle between first and second got spicy once more. As I come up on the 69 of Larry Pauling. Johnny might be just laying in the weeds a little bit to save some tires. To give Jake a fight coming in the last few laps. All right, we're going back on board with Johnny. So short shifted a little bit there. See if he creates some traction. Let's take the more conservative line to see if it can generate a crossover. Oh, looks like go back up and take a look. Looks like Paul Thomas got back by Jacob there. Although Jacob must have had some type of an issue. After fighting for so long to get that position. And everyone's just starting to lock up tires as these rotors are just glowing red now. It's going to be very interesting to talk to these drivers after this race to see how bad the tires and the brake fade are. These ones, you can't even dial back the brake bias a little bit to compensate for that, so it's all on talent. We're on board with Jake. Ooh, as he gets to the brakes a little bit. you can hear the tires of Johnny here now, just screaming. As we go back through the field once more. Steve Vest in third. Nathan Gentry in fourth. And we're going to keep putting another eye on this battle between Paul Thomas and Jacob Nickerson. See if Jacob can also save a little tire for another run at Paul. Last 5 laps. It looks like Maki's really starting to pull away from John here. Our old good buddy. I'm gonna go back to that Thomas and Nickerson fight, so our best fight on track. As it looks like here comes the leaders right behind them. As Paul is starting to put a little distance on Jacob now. As we're 4 laps to go. Watch these leaders as they see if they all get to those other 2 before time runs out. Seems like that Johnny likes to play a little bit of the rubber band game. Looks like he gets next to up to Jake there, and then he kind of falls back off the, assuming to save a little tire for the last few laps. I know how he likes to put on the show. Go back up front. Oh, looks like we had someone go off. Or lock them up or something. I've been Jacob a little bit. There's 3 laps to go. These drivers is doing all they can to keep these cars on this track now. We're 2 to go. Let's see if Jacob locked it up again. Oh, looks like Paul had a little moment there. That's gonna bring Jacob right back to him. And this is gonna create. As Jacob starts locking him up again. Oh, let's see if these leaders go argy-bargy here. This might create some drama coming into this last lap and a half. Oh, we're gonna keep on this front battle here. We're gonna come up on lap traffic as we're coming to the white flag. Oh, is Paul trying to make it a little bit interesting on our leader? Oh, as he gets into Johnny there. Oh, that pretty much all but does it. Gives it to Jake here. That's unfortunate. That all but gives it to Jake here. Go back and see if there's gonna create a little tension between Johnny and Paul here. Nope, he just lets him go. As we're coming down to the final quarter. Sometimes the more things change, the more they stay the same, and Jake Maki takes home the win here at Tsukuba Circuit. His first race of the season as a part-timer, and he pretty much brings it in and where he left off as last season's champion. And the 52 of Johnny Rapp brings it home second. The 60 of Steve Vest in third. Followed by the 18 of Nathan Gentry for our Hard Charger Award in fourth. Zach Paul Thomas in fifth. Jacob Nickerson in sixth. Larry Pauling in seventh. And then the 24 of Christian Blackwell in eighth. 420 of Will Jennings in ninth. The 58 Justin Wilson led much of this race, had some issues as his tires and brakes started to fade. And then follow out our field at 11th is the 47 of John Ellis. All right. Well, these guys celebrate events as we wait for our drivers. Oh! It's Jake. All right. As we're waiting a little bit, wait for our drivers to be ready for the interview section. As we're gonna put out the graphic for our results for tonight. It looks like he's had enough. Alright, let's see if everyone's ready to do their interviews. Alright, well, looks like Jake might be the only one that's ready for, so we'll just, I guess we're, oh, Johnny in second came up and see if we'll wait a second to see if we get Steve Vest also in here. Alright, well, I guess we'll just go with the top two tonight. So we'll go ahead and bring our second place in here, the 52 of Johnny Rapp. Johnny, it's Cam in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Hey, that got almost calamic the last couple laps as you and Jake started coming in on the lap traffic here. Tell me how the tires and the brakes feel for you all out through that race.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a lot of fall off. I wasn't really expecting that, but it still felt about the same, right? So you had to drive it the same, but it was just slightly slower. I feel like I was the one that wasn't just smoking the brakes in all the hard corners. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to die here. Yeah, because I saw those guys. It was like a smoke screen every time, especially early on with Justin and Jake there. But yeah, I think I probably hung on to the front tires better, but I think I maybe have used up the rear tires a little too much. But Man,
Mm.
yeah, hey, that's some pretty intense racing.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what happened to Justin there. All of a sudden, I seen that his troubles, he started locking it up. I don't know if it just got too bad and they just ran it into a hard lockup and put it in the
Yeah,
wall or what, but.
I'm fairly sure there was a llama that he had to feed out there outside of the last turn or wherever that was. Yeah, no
That's
hungry llamas
unfortunate.
tonight. So, yeah.
All right. Before we let you go, have anybody you want to make a shout out to?
Yeah, well, hey, you solo in the booth here tonight. Definitely appreciate that. And hey,
Uh-huh.
you always do a good job. We thank you for bringing these Sunday night races to the masses for us. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, everybody else in the race, everybody that showed up tonight. Road course, tough track, we still had a halfway decent turnout. So
Mm-hmm.
shout out to all of those guys. Steve S coming home third here. Jake Mackey on the win. And
Mm-hmm.
Justin was fast, man. If he would have hung on there, he probably would have been battling for that win with
Mm-hmm.
me and Mackey. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and yeah, everybody at home watching and everybody helps put everything on.
All right. I thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Right on. You too.
All right. All right. That was our second place. There, the 52 of Johnny Rapp. Looks like we got Steve in here along with us, so we'll go ahead and do our third place before we get to our winner. We'll bring him in. Steve, this is Kevin the Booth. You got me?
I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, how'd that go? Looks like you
My,
had pretty
my,
much a show for the top leaders for a while.
yeah, I'm just happy as I can be. This is the first time I've done this well, so I'm a happy camper.
How's the tires and the brakes for you? I know those guys up front were having quite a bit troubles going into the corners.
Tires got to be pretty worn. I was probably a second and a half slower at the
Mm,
end. It was pretty bad. Brakes I didn't really notice, but maybe I'm not that attuned.
mm-hmm. Because I don't know if you saw what happened to Justin and all that, but I don't know how
No,
far back you were.
I knew that he had some sort of problem. It
uh,
announced it, but I don't know
uh,
what happened to him.
all right. Before we let you go, you have anyone you want to make a shout out to?
Shout out to my teammate Paul, John Ellis. Also, he was racing along with us,
Mm-hmm.
and to Spark. I mean, Spark has really helped me come along, and this mini series
Mm-hmm.
has been a good thing for me to get a little bit better at.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Every time I'm in with you guys, we're always about right there next to each other. So it's always good to see you up there. So,
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
yeah, thank you for your time. You have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep. All right, that was our third place, the 60 of Steve Vest. All right, and here comes our winners portion of the race, which is going to be a very familiar voice if these broadcasts here. It's like he decided to do a driver's instead of be up here in the booth with me. So we'll go ahead and bring Jake in here with this time. Jake, it's Cam. You got me?
Cam.
Man, you decided to ditch me and then just go pretty much make it know that you're still the top dog out there.
I guess so, brother. It was not with a lack of effort tonight.
Uh,
I'm gonna have to change my shirt, take a shower after this one because I'm completely drenched in sweat. Johnny had me on my toes the entire time.
well, it's between
Uh,
if it wasn't for him, Justin early on, you two had a good battle there for quite a while.
yeah, yeah. I think Justin saw some of the local pandas or something and had to go feed him bamboo or something because he just went flying off in the corner there and disappeared.
And so
But it is what
Johnny
it is.
Johnny said he had some llamas to feed.
Well, there you go. Hey, llamas, pandas. There was something over there. He was interested in, but yeah, no,
yeah.
it was a fun battle regardless. I mean, everyone everyone that I talked to so far is
Mm-hmm.
they said it was tough, but they had a fun time with it. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, a couple of the boys disconnected through some connection issues during the race, and
Mm-hmm.
you hate to see things like that happen, especially when they're having some of their better runs. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, overall, it was fun to to show up to this. I mean, I literally did maybe 5 laps of practice this afternoon before I texted you and said, "Yeah, maybe I might run this tonight." And yeah, that was a fun run. I guess I got it going on in these cars still.
Yeah. So how was the brakes and tires? I know you started locking up quite a bit. I didn't know how bad they were
Ooh,
for you.
I could tell you where they were at. I mean, towards the end of that run,
Mm.
everything just felt like it was getting really hot. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it. I was trying to just slow the car down earlier because
Mm-hmm.
everything, the brakes, just felt overheated. Tires felt overheated.
Mm.
Um, Actually, it wasn't too bad. I was under 200 degrees, and I still had about 90% tread on the
Oh.
front right. So, I mean, wasn't too bad, but it felt bad. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that.
Sure looked bad. Everyone was struggling with traction coming in and out
I
of the
mean,
corners.
the big struggle with these cars was pretty much the braking and shifting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, from experience driving these cars,
Yeah.
trying to shift them on an oval is a challenge sometimes
Mm-hmm.
in itself. Having to downshift and upshift corners is brutal in these
Yeah.
cars.
Uh-huh.
And it was all about just getting it slowed down and making sure that when you downshifted, you didn't have too high of RPMs
Mm-hmm.
because it would just loop the car. And I figured that out early on and just decided to keep it easy and keep it clean and
Mm-hmm.
just try to keep some pace in it. But yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Not gonna say that I wasn't. I don't know how I'm messing this up, but I'm surprised that I won tonight. Let's put it that way.
So you were pretty fast in practice in qualifying, so it's not that
I
too
did
big of
have
a
some
shocker.
speed. I did have some speed in practice and quality, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I honestly thought Johnny and Justin were gonna be able to pull it off. So to beat them both,
Uh,
um, when it came down to it, was pretty fun. It's fun to compete with them once in a while, you know.
yeah. All right. Before we end this, you have a shout out you want to do?
Well, shout out to you first off, first and
Mm.
foremost, for allowing me to run this tonight. um, I wouldn't have been able to win if you hadn't agreed to let me run it. So I appreciate you. um, Shout out to my team, Big Fast Racing, all our sponsors, Mythic Metals, Duncan Water Systems, Steel Graphics and Designs, Number One Hero Cards, Overcut Sim Endurance Planner, and yeah, shout out to Spark for always putting on a fun series. Man, this Sunday night has been a highlight for me for a while now in this
Mm-hmm.
league, and I'm very happy that we have this to finish off the weekend.
Yep. And start the next.
Exactly. And hey, well, I'm back with you next week, and I know for a fact that we got some
Yeah.
dirt tracking. So
Yeah. That was
very
gonna be.
excited to be back in the booth and
Mm-hmm.
watching that with you.
Yep. All right. Thank you
You
for
have
your
a good one,
time.
man.
So, yeah, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, buddy.
Yep. All right. That was the our winner tonight. Usually my partner in the booth here is the 13 of Jake Mockey. Decided to pretty much dust off the boots and the gloves and pretty much assert his dominance once more on this series. So, all right, before we let you go, we're going to go through the results one more time. So, yeah, this is Jake there in first. 52 of Johnny Rapp took him second. 60 of Steve Est in third. The 18 of Nathan Gentry in fourth. The 42 of Paul Thomas in fifth. The 35 of Jacob Nickerson in sixth. The 69 of Larry Pauling in seventh. The 24 of Christian Blackwell in 8th. 420 of Will Jennings in 9th. The 58 of Justin Wilson in 10th. And rounding out the field in 11th is the 47 of John Ellis. Alright, so that about does it here on the Overdrive Automotive Media channel here. Again, thank you for all you guys watching. We all here at Spark, and I especially appreciate it. I appreciate it more if you like, subscribe to the channel, comment, pretty much share. All I appreciate it so much. And yeah, that does it for me. So thank you for joining us. This has been Cam Gillens for the Overdrive Automotive Media YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next one.